You just elide it into it. Okay, this is the first row finished. Second row, if you want to be going into something, for example, он идет в фабрику. Okay, он идет в фабрику. You can almost not even hear the V. He going into the factory. Он в фабрике. He is in the factory. Он выходит из фабрики. He is coming out of the factory. Because фабрика sound like have a soft f at the beginning, it almost sounds like you're saying из фабрики, but it's a Z there. This is because of the rules of elision. And again, if you want to say it like it's a one word, then it sounds like it's из фабрики, and that's how you say it. You don't say из фабрики, you say из фабрики. So sound like a S in this case. But if you have a hard one, for example, what else could you go into? You could go into a house. Он идет в дом. Он в доме. Он выходит из дома. You can say он выходит из дома, or you can actually put even the stress on the beginning. Он выходит из дома. Sometimes you get these situations where you can put stress even onto the first of the syllables when it is a preposition. Normally they don't take that stress, but sometimes they do. In a few limited cases of certain fixed expressions. So, this, if you want to say again, the same situation as this. So if you want to say who and what, you can say он идет во что, okay, and you have to add in a little o, because you can't say в что very easily without it, or в кого, because it's the automatic genitive if it's personal, instead of the accusative doesn't exist as a personal. And if it is their position, в чем я виноват? In what am I guilty? Why am I guilty? В чем я виноват? And so you can see в чем there, and в ком is in whom. I don't really want to make an example of in whom, because it kind of could be a little bit, you know, double entendre. So I don't want to necessarily make an example of what could be in this. An example of being inside of somebody else, you know, it could be construed as a little bit, you know, depraved to talk about things in those terms. But just to give you an example, so that you don't think I'm leaving anything out, I mention it. And then из чего? Это сделано из чего? Из чего это сделано? What is it made from? So, что goes to чего after из чего, and из кого, from whom, out of whom. So therefore it's almost like, it's also very, very strange, like you just were inside of somebody and then you came out of them. Well, nobody stays in somebody else forever. It got to come to the end at some point, but you wouldn't normally find this situation with human beings. You normally, in the case of human beings, are more to be found in this last line here, at or by, because here you're usually using, you're not, you don't, if you go to London, remember, you're not going to use k Londonu that often. Yes, if you're talking about going towards London without really the intention of going into it, then yes, you can use it in that context. But usually you're talking about going to a person to stay at their house, or to be standing next to them, to be accompanying them for a time, and moving in that direction. So you're using k, and this time is taking the dative case, not the accusative, because I suppose you're not actually arriving at them, you're not actually hitting them, you're getting up close to them and then stopping. So you have k, and here you have к чему. to what purpose. К чему is from что к чему, and к нему is if it's to him. Yeah, я иду к нему, I walk towards him. It's ему if it's just to him after something like я помогаю ему, I am helping him. But if it's got a preposition, you've got the ends there all the time. So remember, к нему, я иду к нему, and here you have I'm walking towards him. So к кому you would say. If you want to say to me, you can say ко мне, because you need that extra little o afterwards. You can't say к мне. It's got too much together. You have to add in the little o there to be able to say it properly. So you're saying ко мне. Okay, that should be fairly obvious, and it takes dative like I say. So going towards some person or towards a place but not actually arriving in it, just intending to move more in the direction of it, is k. And then to be at a person, as in the sense of standing by them or being at their home, like she, you have u. We looked at this before. It takes the genitive, and it's also a way of saying I have. You only use that with u. You don't have motion towards having with k and away from having with ot. So k and ot are only used in the sense of literally standing by somebody in a physical way. You can say у меня есть means I have, but if you want to say он живет у меня, it means he lives in my house, or she lives in my house. Она живет у меня. And if you come away from somebody's house, you would say, or somebody's presence, you would say от. Я пришел от царя. Or because you don't usually say, have the stress on it, you would say я пришел от царя. I have come from the king's place. Okay, so I've come from the Tsar with a message for you. Я пришел от царя. So there we have the whole little area of this red square at the center of the Huliganov prepositional table. This matrix of there and there, from and thither, is only really strictly applied within this part, within the red square. It doesn't apply to everything which was around about it. So if you go back to the earlier one and you look at the whole table of prepositions, you will see that they don't strictly match up with all of this location position, because some of them aren't even positional ones, but it was like a nice center, and from that I was able to give these territories of ones of prepositions which govern the same cases as the ones in the central area. Usually people are learning these 9 first, and we can build, like I have done here, all of the other 49 in my course, which is most of the ones you will need. Especially I think that if you learn all of these prepositions, which we will come to the other parts of them in the next lessons on prepositions, it will be enough for you to get through first year of even university course. Certainly A-level, O-level is more than you even need. If you master these prepositions, then you can really get a long way in Russian, because this is virtually what there is. Same like I shown you all of the pronouns, what there is, personal pronouns, in the past few lessons. I'm also showing you now pretty much a really fairly exhaustive absorb, if you like, or review of prepositions. But this is only the first lesson on prepositions. We're going to look at each of the locations around this central location. So there's another 8 of these areas here going around it, and they will be the subject of another series of lessons, so that I can give you in the course of these prepositions lessons pretty much all that you need to know about the prepositions. Okay, and while we are doing it, in the course of doing it, we will also be able to look again and again add the personal pronouns in the various cases which are governed by these prepositions. Okay, so hopefully this was of use today for you. Should be, because these are definitely things which you will use in most sentences in Russian. So hopefully you liked it, hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in next time. But today I just finish off with a quick joke and a song. Okay, so we came to the end of that, and so we can now lighten the mood a little bit. I put my hat on, my jockey hat, and have a little beverage. It's vishnya. This is actually samagonka. Not bad. A bit bitter, but there we go. But anyway, less of this. This is the best drink in the world. Water with gas. That samagonka actually tastes a little bit moldy. Should have drunk it faster. Anyway, joke time. Little Johnny jokes in Russian are called Vovочка jokes, from Volodya, Vova, Vovочка. Anyway, Vovочка, the little child who is too precocious and not very good child, okay, he's with a new teacher. New teacher comes to his school and he falls in love with this new teacher, and during this time of when it's an opportunity to talk to her a bit, when he gets the opportunity to talk to her in the break when nobody's around, he says to her, you know, Maria Ivanovna, I like you, you know, and I would like to invite you to be my woman. And Maria Ivanovna says, well, you know, little Vovочка, you know, is very flattering, but you know, I don't go in for children. And Vovочка says, you know, who does in this day and age? But don't worry, we'll take precautions. It's the way I'm telling them. Anyway, off goes the class one day to a nice outing, and they go for an outing, a little school trip, so that they don't get in the way of all the children taking their examinations. But there's not a lot of places to go near where they are, but there's a lot of building going on. So the teacher decided to take them to a building site and show the different things going on a building site. In fact, that's all that they did do. They've been doing that for several years. And when they get to the site, then Maria Ivanovna, the teacher, says to the class, you've all got to wear a safety helmet, because last year we let you to choose to wear the safety helmet or not, and there was one boy without the safety helmet and one girl who was wearing safety helmet. They were standing next to each other when a whole pile of bricks fell off the fifth floor right on their heads. The boy, he died immediately, but the girl, she survived. She just laughed and ran away. And Vovочka, he put up his hand and say, I know that girl. She's still doing it. And the teacher says, what? She's still being very careful. Yes, still making sure she takes all the safety arrangements. And Vovочka says, no, she's still running around with a safety helmet on, laughing. Okay, it's the way I'm telling them. Right. Time for song. What? Not a song for some time. This time is arrangement of an old Seekers song called Georgie Girl. Except that you know what's in the news right now. I can't bear this. It's making me very hot. I take it off again. Oh. Right, that's better. Georgie Girl by the Seekers was very nice song. You heard anyway some Seekers stuff from me in the past, and you're going to hear it no doubt in the future. was a great group, one of the best groups of all time. If you don't know the Seekers, then you should go look into around YouTube for Seekers numbers and you will be not disappointed. Anyway, I rewrote it for the topics of the day, which is obviously Georgia. So here's my version: Georgia girl. Hope you enjoy. If you're Georgian, you may not, but you know, let's hope you got a bit of a sense of humor at the end of the day. Hey there, Georgia girl, swinging down the streets of Tbilisi. Nobody you meet could ever see the loneliness there inside you. Hey there, Georgia girl, you wanted to have Abkhazia. There could not be something crazier unless it's Ossetia. You're always trying to keep territorial integrity. Now shed those dowdy bunkers and flee a little bit. Hey there, Georgia girl, there's another Georgia deep inside. Bring out all the shells you hide, and oh, what a change there'll be. The world will see a new Georgia girl. Hey there, Georgia girl, dreaming of the country you could be. Russia's a reality, you can't always run away. Don't be so scared of changing and rearranging your borders. It's time for jumping when we give orders. A little bit. Hey there, Georgia girl, there's another Georgia deep inside. Bring out all the shells you hide, and oh, what a change there be. The world will see a new Georgia girl. Hey there, Georgia girl, wake up, Georgia girl. You don't really want those territories. Trust me, you should give them back. Give us back this Abkhazia. Come on, open the hands, give it back. You want to, you know you want.